Are you traveling to Kauai soon and looking for some cheap eats and maybe some family-friendly restaurants to check out? Stay tuned because in this video, we pick our top 5 food spots for families traveling to Kauai. We also check out some of the local markets and give our tips on how to save money on the island when traveling with children. So welcome. Thanks for joining us to see where we travel to next. Before we get to our top 5, I did want to mention we do have timestamps in the description below. So if you're looking to skip ahead, feel free to jump to right where you need to go. We also have some family-friendly tips towards the end, so please be sure to check those out too. Starting off with number 5 on our list is Genki Sushi. This sushi spot is located in the Kukui Grove Center. It kind of falls into the conveyor belt sushi category, and I believe in Japan these are called kaiten, which roughly translates to fast food in Japanese. And honestly, this is probably the best way to describe this type of sushi. If you're looking for the best quality sushi on the island, this is probably not what you're looking for. But if you're looking for something quick and super kid friendly, this is the place. If you've ever been to those conveyor belt sushi spots, basically what happens is you typically find food traveling along a belt, and when the food gets to you, you just grab the small plate from the belt. There's usually a steady rotation of food that goes along the belt, and you kind of just watch till you see something you like. Genki is a little different in that they don't have food constantly moving on the belt. Here everything is made to order using a touchpad that you can find on your table. It's mounted up high, but you can easily remove it from the dock to get a closer look. Each plate ranges from about $2 to $8 per plate, and you get about 2 to 4 pieces of sushi each plate. They have kid-friendly items like Spam, egg, and hot dog nigiri, and even a little kids meal that comes with calpico. But really, the best thing about this place is when the food arrives. The kids love watching their food arrive on this little moving train, bus, boat thingy. And really, I think that's what puts this on our list of top 5 places for families. Reading some of the online reviews, you'll find people talking about slow service and wait times. And basically, our advice would be to go kinda during off hours. We went on a weekday, a little past lunch rush, and we were seated right away with only a few families dining in. All in all, it was a super fun experience for our family. Number 4 on the list is fast food chain restaurants. Now I know this might not be for everyone, but even if you're not a fan of fast food chains, but maybe you go on occasion, I would say stopping at maybe just one of these drive-thrus is worth the visit. A lot of times these restaurants will have menu items that are unique to the region. For instance, we stopped at McDonald's and we were able to try one of their haupia pies, and wow! After taking the first bite, I really wish we bought more than just one of these things. Jack in the Box even had fried rice on their menu. We didn't end up trying it because we had just finished eating elsewhere, but we were able to stop by Taco Bell and get a few things from there. And I know what you're thinking. I'm on vacation in Kauai. Why would I go to Taco Bell? Well, let me tell you, no joke, one of the best things we had on the island was from Taco Bell. Pulling into the Taco Bell drive-thru, we saw they had a special Kalua pork menu. They had a burrito, a quesadilla, and Kalua pork nachos. We got the nachos and the quesadilla. The nachos were pretty good, and I would say definitely worth getting, but the quesadilla, there was just something about it. Like something about the Kalua pork inside of a Taco Bell quesadilla. It was just amazing. I did notice that it was a limited time item, but I really do hope they keep this on their menu. Number 3, Tip Top Cafe. Tip Top Cafe is a little spot located on the first floor of a motel. It's a really unassuming place that you would never guess was there unless someone told you about it. Here you'll find some really good plate lunches. The prices are fair. I wouldn't call it cheap, but the portion sizes are huge, so you do get a lot for the amount you're paying. We got the loco moco, the oxtail soup, and the yokozuna bento. Basically, the yokozuna bento was like a large sampler platter, island style. All the portions were huge, definitely shareable, and everything tasted amazing. Number 2 on the list, 7-Eleven. This takes the number 2 spot basically because it checks off all the boxes. It's inexpensive, it's quick, and it's very family friendly because there are so many options, even for the pickiest eaters. They basically have a whole section dedicated to food takeout. They have hot food, all different types of musubis pre-wrapped and ready to go, and rows of ready to eat as well as ready to heat bento boxes. We loaded up on a few to keep back in our hotel room. We unfortunately didn't have a huge refrigerator in our room, but these bentos definitely came in handy when the kids got hungry. And number 1 on our list goes to Puka Dog. I think this really takes the number 1 spot because of its history and its origins in Kauai. It's definitely a unique take on a hot dog. The bread is slightly sweet, and most of the fillings fall on the sweeter side as well. When you have fillings like mango relish and lilikoi mustard, your hot dog definitely transforms into an island dog. But I think that's the pull. You get to experience a unique twist on a traditional hot dog. Now, I thought they had a location on Oahu, but after a little digging, either it's not there or never was. Maybe I was just mistaken, but I could have sworn I had a Puka Dog on Oahu. If you know what happened to the Puka Dog there, please let me know in the comments, as I'm really curious to know. And for some honorable mentions, I do have to recommend hitting the local markets. The markets like Foodland, Times Supermarket, Big Save, even Safeway, you can always find some really good local produce and food items. The selection is always different in every market that we went to. Some markets had like lechon and beef stew as hot items. Others had locally made butter mochi and haupia pies, as well as a bunch of unique flavors of cake by the slice, like a guava slice and a lilikoi slice. We're also really big into poke, and we always try to sample whenever they have poke by the pound. Foodland and Safeway had a pretty good selection, and the poke always seemed fresh. But some of the best poke we had was from a place called Ishihara Market. This market was more towards the west side of the island, but it was highly recommended to us by one of our friends who grew up on Kauai. Poke selection here was amazing, and the taste definitely didn't disappoint. If you're looking to save a little money, they also have a Costco on the island where you can grab some really good deals on food items. We came to Kauai for a birthday, and we were happy to see they had a decent selection of birthday cakes available. And obviously at Costco, you can find other things that can be useful for your vacation in Kauai. Walmart was a good place to get some really cheap snacks. We stocked up on some smaller snacks at Walmart for those days where we were out exploring or when we had hikes planned. We also loaded up on musubis from 7-Eleven, which was number 2 on our list, for those all-day adventures. Having pre-wrapped musubis on the go was so super convenient for those long drives around the island. All in all, it wasn't too difficult finding some family-friendly food spots. We did have other places on our list, but these were our top 5. Hopefully this will help some of you traveling with kids. And if you do find it helpful, please do hit that like, hit that subscribe, and if you're looking for a great place to stay on Kauai that's great for families, check out our video on the best resort in Kauai. Thanks again for watching, and see where we travel to next.